If looks could kill, Thanos had destroyed the gauntlet of finitude and absorbed its power. The resulting transformation was unpleasant. Talia and the fleeing evil got the hell out of there. Thanos had fully unleashed the gauntlet's power, transforming into a giant monster that was definitely not green for trademark reasons. High-energy light shot from his eyes, melting everything in its path.
Ah, the goddess of light has blessed me. The cleansing light of my eyes will burn all evil from the face of the earth.
Many times I killed the goddess! She can't bless anyone anymore!
And even under the earth you are not safe, you despicable creatures.
Thanos' laser eyes carved a hole in the ground that stretched down into the depths of the dungeon. If these lasers were to hit the dungeon heart, it would be the end of the absolute evil. Meanwhile, in the underground, Talia had other things she considered important.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna make some hackneyed crack about women and mirrors now, you miserable chauvinist. The fact is, that thing gives me a brilliant...
The laser eyes were leaving a trail of devastation through the dungeon. But in the middle of their path, by pure chance, of course, stood Talia's mirror.
Ah! What devilry! Talia, you vile thing! You are truly the most evil spawn that ever existed! Just wait until my eyes have recovered. Then my cleansing gaze will burn you to ashes!
That Thanos is such a miserable jerk. He doesn't even notice when he puts himself out of action. I mean, that was my ingenious plan all along, of course. Unfortunately, my mirror also broke in the process. Where am I going to get a new one now?
Talia and the Absolute Evil had nothing to counter Thanos' gigantic laser eyes at the moment. Both agreed that a strategic withdrawal from these lands was the wisest choice for the time being.
So, well, if that's what the narrator says, then that's probably what happened, right? But fine, for now it probably really makes sense to get the hell out of Dodge. Forward, creatures! Line up in rows of 2. Hold the creature next to you by the hand, and then run away in panic!
While Talia gazed sadly at the remains of the mirror, the Council of Little Snots suddenly spoke up out of nowhere. It just so happened that they had just bought a huge stock of leftover mirrors, but since they all wore robes where you could barely make out their faces, they didn't have any use for them. However, the Council of Little Snots was planning a huge feast called Thanks Gobbler. In exchange for some of those delicious birds, the council was more than willing to provide one of its mirrors.
Can't they just send us the mirror anyway? Oh, but fine. Forwards! Move it! Feed the gobblers! Raise them! Give them food, spiked with hormones and medicine. Ha 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 ha! Wait, why am I even laughing?
It's payday. The proper resources lacking evil sent an empty-handed messenger to the Council of Little Snots. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. A few of Tanos's more fanatical followers were not frightened by their leader's monstrosity, but rather encouraged. They gleefully rushed into the dungeon to attack it. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Blinded. But I have my eye drops here somewhere, and then we'll have a little talk, Talia.
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. Council of Little Snots was more than pleased with the many delicious gobblers the farm-owning evil had sent them. Grateful for its delivery, the Council of Little Snots sent the reflectionless evil a shiny new mirror.
Splendid! This will help us stop Thanos. At least once.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
My vision has cleared again. Time for some purifying fire. Look me in the eyes!
Thanos' eyes had calmed down again, and once more lasers shot out, burning through the underground. A gold vein is almost exhausted. payday. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest.
Talia, I, as the avatar of good, am willing to forgive your evil ways. Surrender and repent. We can talk everything over.
Oh, your usual drivel. Do you really think anyone is going to fall for that anymore? I'm going to kick your butt so hard that you'll have it in your sights when I'm done and burn it with your laser eyes.
A room in the dungeon was slowly being destroyed by Thanos' laser eyes.
Creature, you dare to oppose the light. Good will always win.
Although the mirror had once again stopped Thanos, it again broke under the strain.
Oops. Now that's a little suboptimal. Does this mean I have to rely on that Council of Little Snots advice again?
The Council of Little Snots wanted some blight for their soon-to-be-held Halloween party to give it that authentic putrid smell. In return, they would be only too happy to send the absolute evil one of their mirrors. Payday! The cruel evil's army reached a destroyed bridge, once known as the Bridge of Death, before countless swallows of unknown origin landed on it. Perhaps the nearby hero camp held an alternative way to cross the gorge. The invading evil's armies had captured a city belonging to Tanos's fanatical followers. A mysterious portal lay within.
Even if I momentarily cannot see the world, I can still feel the creeping fear that is spreading through the underground.
The happily sending its creatures through weird portals, Evil had successfully used a teleportation portal, and thus managed to lead its creatures across the gorge. Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. A creature has become livid with rage. There are enemies in your dungeon. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. The conquering evil had destroyed a second base full of Tanos's fanatics. Its troops were able to use the portal there to cross the gorge again. Tanos's gaze was no longer clouded. Lasers shot out of his eyes and burned their way through the dungeon.
I'm going to burn everything down. Everything! The entire pool. The traitors and of course my unspeakable foster daughter. Everything shall burn!
Is it time to start doubting Tanos's sanity? Yes, I do believe the time has come to do just that. Talia and the Absolute Evil had finally reached the evacuation point for their tactical retreat.
Phew, that was really something. We urgently need a way to stop Tanos again. I still have that sharp-pointed spear, just pining for Tanos's head.
To be able to stop Tanos again, it would probably be necessary to reassemble the Gauntlet of Finitude. However, the stones that filled the gauntlet were scattered in all directions. It would take some time to round them all up.
Of course. Nothing in this stupid dungeon series is ever easy. Any sensible person would think to themselves, boom, let's just beat the crap out of him and that's it. But no, I have to go through the countryside and collect some stupid stones. Okay, fine. Let's get this over with so I can get back to the point where I put Tanos' head on a spear.
the finitude drill. Talia and the Absolute Evil were able to escape from the gigantic Thanos. To defeat him, they would have to reassemble the Gauntlet of Finitude. But before they could do that, they first needed the Stones of Finitude. Some of them should be able to be found nearby, but Talia and the Seeking Evil were not the only ones hunting for the stones. Talia and the Gasping Evil had narrowly escaped Thanos, but it was only a matter of time before the latter would track them down. It was therefore imperative that they reassemble the Gauntlet of Finitude in order to be able to face Thanos. By a stroke of luck, 3 of the stones appeared to be nearby.
3 stones, because all good things come in 3s. How subtle. But fine with me. Then we'll have this chapter behind us in no time. Shouldn't be a problem.
But fate sometimes plays its little games, so it was not surprising that another party was also looking for the stones.
Oi! Get a move on, lads! Get the drill ready! We need to find those stones before the Dark Elf wench shows up.
Her again? I thought we took care of her about 10 levels ago. But hey, kicking some of those damn dwarves in the butt every now and then is refreshing too.
It was doubtful how successful the dwarves' digging would be, but there was no question that the drill would cause havoc in the dungeon. It would very likely wake up unwelcome critters sleeping in the underground. But the walkthrough studying evil's real target were the 3 stones of finitude. These had to be captured before the dwarves managed to do so.
Okay, all right, I can work that all in. And by that, I mean I'll put the little snots and the creatures to work. Get a move on, you lazy bums!
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. payday. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
Infernal noise, and why are the walls shaking? Oh, right, that giant drill thingy. I knew there was something. Ugh, that's disgusting.
Oi! That thing packs quite a punch. Not bad. We should be able to find those stones right quickly with that. And maybe we'll find a heart of the mountain, some mithril, or something like that in the process.
Destroying critters are burrowing through the underground.
Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon.
Oh, this room can't be destroyed. Damn video game logic. I guess that means I have to continue to expect annoying attacks from stupid critters.
Talia had caught on. As long as the finitude drill was in operation, startled critters would maraud through the dungeon.
Stupid thing shut down? It just got a little warm. All right, lads, turn on the damn water pumps to cool it down.
This prototype has its teething problems. Nothing unusual there. It would take a while before it was operational again. The press for time evil would probably know how to put this brake to good use. However, a drill of this size had to be cooled in order to function continuously. A couple of nearby pumps seemed to be looking after that. If something were to happen to one of these pumps, it would certainly put the drill out of action for a while.
Boy, that's why we have to make sure that nothing happens to the ice cube machines. Look after it, lads!
As if a few scruffy-bearded bums could stop me. Forward, creatures! Weapons at the ready! Knock down dwarves and put those cooling pumps on ice! Ha 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 ha!
And her creepy crawlies in the underground is getting on my nerves. Lads, crush the wench and her mob.
I huffed, and I puffed, and I... Oh, damn. You know, I choked on my own spit.
Aye, that's what you get now. I will pull your ears. Oh, wait. Someone already did that. Ha ha! The pride of the Dwarven nation getting trounced by a good-for-nothing dark elf? You've got to be kidding me! Put your backs into it!
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
Ahoy, lads! Watch this! Are you just going to let yourself be slapped around there? Put some effort into it. More oomph, and off you go.
One of the drill's coolant pumps had been destroyed. Now it would take much longer before the drill was ready for use again. The self-satisfied evil patted itself on its imaginary shoulder. Talia and the researching evil had found another entrance to the underground. Where this one might lead...
Wouldn't it be lovely to work with professionals just once? Off you go, lads, and send that dark elf bitch and her rabble back to... whatever, as long as you finally finish them off. Oi! Slow down there, girlie. That stuff is bloody expensive to rebuild.
Ha! That's the whole point. If it was cheap, it would only be half the fun. Those dwarves seem pretty rusty to me. Pathetic.
Wait, never! Come on, lads. I want to see some real dwarves at work here. Smack that cunt-chewing wee cow right in the gob!
Hey, Brynhild! Looks to me like your dwarves are dying off pretty quickly.
Oi! Leave off with the daft quips. Once I get my hands on you, you won't be so cheeky no more. For sure, because I'm gonna wring your scrawny neck.
I huffed, and I puffed, and I... Oh, damn. No, I've choked on my own spit.
Oi! That's what you get now. I will pull your ears. Oh, wait. Someone already did that. Ha ha! Oh! The pride of the Dwarven nation getting trounced by a good-for-nothing dark elf? You gotta be kidding me. Put your backs into it.
Hey, Brynhild! Looks to me like your dwarves are dying off pretty quickly.
Oi! Leave off with the daft quips. Once I get my hands on you won't be so cheeky no more. For sure, because I'm gonna wring your scrawny neck.
One of your creatures has become livid with rage. It's payday.
It all went up in flames so beautifully. Those fires, those explosions.
Oh, you're gonna pay for that, girlie. I'm going to rip every last hair from your noggin.
A shipment of chandeliers was passing through the area with an unbearable dazzle. The lightless evil would soon plunge that shipment into darkness. Little snots bowled wildly through the area as the dwarven drill resumed.
Oi, lads! Just so you know, anyone as gets defeated gets no beer tonight.
The foresighted evil had already improved the little snot's tools so that they could effortlessly excavate the greystone they found. Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. Critters, spooked by the drill, burrowed through the underground. Your enemies are in the dungeon.
Oi, what's up with the cooling pumps? Lads, did you really just let them destroy them behind your backs? One, stop that vermin! We only have one damn pump left. If that goes down the drain too, then it's line up and blow real hard.
Construction crews set out to restore the shattered hero buildings. Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. And a grandiose evil had found the first stone of finitude.
Excellent. Are we done here then? That was it, right?
Oi! Give me that back! It doesn't belong to you! And neither do the other two still lying around here.
To hell with that. Oh, wait, two more. Oops. I guess I didn't really pay attention to the narrator's lulling voice. But no problem. I'll grab them too, before that stupid dwarf has something to say about it.
One of your creatures has become livid with rage. The finitude drill had to be shut down. The dungeon walls stopped shaking.
You're truly pathetic! When I your wives back home about this, you'll get a right proper telling off. Come on, let's show them who we really are.
Oh, a couple of drunks and alcoholics.
Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon.
That was all of those damn cogs then. Hopefully, it will be a very long time before the damn drill starts up again. Forward, creatures! Time to seize the stones.
Oi, lads, I warned ya. From now on, you're going to be going to cool the thing down.
One of your creatures is furious and is on strike.
Yourself be slapped around there? Put some effort into it. More oomph, and off you go. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein.
Hey, Brynhild! Looks to me like your dwarves are dying off pretty quickly.
Boy! Leave off with the daft quips. Once I get my hands on you, you won't be so cheeky no more. For sure. Because I'm gonna wring your scrawny neck.
Payday! An artifact was discovered in the dungeon. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
One of your creatures is furious and is on strike.
A shipment of urgently needed supplies had taken a desperate shortcut which came out very close to the dungeon. More or less evilness delivered right to the door free of charge. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
A creature has become livid with rage.
A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Talia had discovered a dwarven stronghold. If this were to be destroyed, it would greatly weaken the heroes in the area. In addition, the stone was also very close by.
Oh, cheers to ye for finding me my favourite pub. But now, ye can just run off and die. That'll be best for all concerned.
Oh, to hell with that. Go on, creatures, trash the pub, water their beer, and pull their beards out by the roots.
A construction crew set out to rebuild the destroyed hero buildings. creatures are collecting their pay.
Oi! Wouldn't it be lovely to work with professionals just once? Off you go, lads, and send that dark elf bitch and her rabble back to... yeah, whatever, as long as you finally finish them off.
A creature has become livid with rage.
Pictures fell from the walls as the underground began to shake. The finitude drill was back on the job. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. Your enemies are in the dungeon. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
I knew it. That damn drill really did spook something. And now, whatever it is digging its way through the underground.
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
One of your
Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. The finitude drill overheated too much and shut down. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. A construction crew was on its way to repair and rebuild the destroyed hero structures. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest.
It's payday. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Your little snots have dug up a spider. Your little snots have dug up a spider. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. And the rock-collecting evil had found another stone of finitude, and now had two. Another stone should be found around here somewhere.
And that's number 2. Hey, Brynhild, are you even trying to get one of the stones too? Or are you just lying under the table drunk again?
Oh, when I get my hands on you, I'm gonna wring your neck! The last stone is mine! Just like the other 2 you stole from me!
You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. A carriage filled with heroes on home leave sped across the map. Intercepting this would definitely yield some evilness. Disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
Ah! More wall-destroying critters are burrowing through the underground. Yuck!
Enemies are in the dungeon. And disturbed by the dwarves' constant drilling, a few of the underground's critters had dug their way into the dungeon. A construction crew set out to restore the shattered hero buildings. The finitude drill had to be shut down. The dungeon walls stopped shaking. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
It's payday.
Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. The glamorous evil had discovered a third stone of finitude.
Ha! I finally found all of the hogwash. Stones of finitude. So now I've got it. With all this searching, you kind of lose track of the big picture.
Oi! Those are my stones, lass! I need them to support Thanos! Give them to me!
Like hell. They're all mine. Now, I'm going to get the others too, and you're going to look stupid as hell. Meanwhile, you just keep playing with your stupid nose picker or whatever that thing is supposed to be.
With these uplifting words, Talia made a hasty exit in search of the next stone of finitude. Doom Hill. Talia and the Stones of Finitude gathering evil were on the trail of the fourth stone. This should be located somewhere near the volcano they call Doom Hill.